meeting earlier today with Israeli President Isaac Herzog after talking to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as well, urging Israel to lower the intensity of the military campaign against Hamas in Gaza. But is Israel listening?
We are about a mile away from the Gaza Strip. We are hearing outgoing artillery hitting Hamas locations over in that location. And that is exactly what National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan has been talking about for 2 days here in Israel.
Fox's Greg Palcott in southern Israel, and Sullivan set to meet with the Palestinian president to discuss post-war arrangements for Gaza. Senate Leader Chuck Schumer delays the holiday recess for lawmakers in the upper chamber, a last-ditch effort to strike a deal for aid for Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And a good Friday morning, TGIF it is this week, and watch out for the weekend. Oh, you'll hear more about that as the morning show goes on. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barris.
And we are the trio team of red.
We are.
We be red all over.
We be red.
Anyway, it is Friday, and it's, we thank the troops. We thank all of our military forces and all of the law enforcement, first responders for their service.
Yes,
and
that's correct.
Pay a special tribute to them. And even though only two of us are Cardinals, the Redbirds, and
that's right.
I got some news this week earlier that WSME carries the Cardinal football games live.
Oh, yes.
And we are likely going to expand into basketball soon.
Ooh,
so
cool.
Stand by for that.
Yeah. We had a great time with the football games.
We did. Loved it.
We went to like every one of them here, home games.
I think I missed one.
I think we missed one. That was it.
That's when I had to go do a
doctor.
newborn thing again. So, and they wouldn't let me out.
Yeah.
They said I couldn't go and climb the stairs. Gummit. I said, I'll sit down.
We repelled you up.
Yeah.
We just like, shh.
I could have gotten a helicopter. No, I can't get a helicopter. I don't like those things anymore.
Yeah, you voiced your opinion on that.
I have. So it's just a personal thing. Everything going well in your world?
Everything is good.
Good. Well, we got 3 new doors in this house.
Yes, you do.
I like it.
Yeah, they're looking good. The guys came in yesterday morning about the time we were getting off the air, and they stormed the palace, and they were here until almost 6 o'clock last night, working around the clock. They were working.
Did they leave my door?
Yeah, your door's out there.
Good.
You can back right up to it with your truck when the show's over.
I'm gonna snatch it.
Well, it's still there. It's right there.
Yeah.
Unless somebody stole it.
I doubt anybody came into this yard unnoticed and stole anything.
There would have been multiple cameras and then
gunshots.
Well, hopefully wouldn't have to come to that. Most of them, I'm sure that they would comply.
Do you have an audio clip of gunshots or something? Choo choo.
Yeah, that's what I need to do is have that play automatically.
Oh, that'll get us banned from Facebook, YouTube.
Look. It's
I'm talking about over my outside system. We'll put speakers about
well, they
there.
would still pick it up though, probably.
Well, I don't. It sounds like SWAT is out hiding in the bushes every morning when I walk up. I'm like, God.
Oh my goodness gracious! There's going to be some. If you're going to do anything, do it today, tomorrow, because Sunday you're not going to do it.
No.
Unless you're going to be walking in the rain.
Yeah.
And that's going to be about it.
With that. Yeah.
We're going to have to get our stuff done early tomorrow, as early as possible. Get our truck loaded, and I'm getting into about half agree with you. I will drive that sucker to Greensboro in the dead of night.
Yes.
Wee morning hours, if nothing else. No traffic.
And you get some rest and then get up super early. Yeah, because I think that it looks like it's going to start Sunday morning-ish in that area.
Supposed to get pretty nasty later on.
Yes. They're talking this area 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts.
Yeah, I know.
So get your patio furniture in.
Well, my brother lives in Greensboro, and he said that.
Well, he could come on over and help unload it.
Yeah.
He said that they are talking about very early Sunday morning because he's already told Mom don't plan to go to church on Sunday.
Wow.
Because we don't want her out in it.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Okay. Locally, I see something on the Jacksonville Daily News that looks pretty interesting.
Mhm.
There's a Richlands lady. She's a baker.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
She's entered in a national contest. is
International
it?
contest. And right
She
now she's
votes.
placing 6 out of 20 in North Carolina, number 6.
All
It
right.
depends
We need to
upon
go on and vote for her.
yeah, I've got to figure out how to do it. But anyway, we'll figure that out a little bit later on. But
We'll figure it Page.
Yeah,
check
because
the Jacksonville Daily News today.
there's
It's a
directions
story.
on how to vote for her. I saw them somewhere. I just don't remember where I saw them at.
Yeah. So anyway, just some Richlands resident Sarah Ward. She's number 6 in the state out of 20 North Carolina competitors. Each state will narrow it down to 15 this week. Subsequent rounds will continue to narrow down the field until each state has 1 competitor left. The 50 remaining competitors will then vie for votes
Mhm.
until the top 3 are determined to move on to the finals. And they're going to be, I guess, there's a big deal coming up called the 2023 Greatest Baker Competition, hosted by the Cake Boss himself.
Yeah.
I don't even know who he is.
You never watched
Buddy
that show?
Valassa.
No, I don't.
Oh, my daughter used to religiously
I don't watch
that
her cooking shows because it makes me want to eat.
Yeah, well, that too.
show.
I
My
understand that.
kids have watched that guy. He's good.
She's a pretty girl too.
Oh,
Very,
well,
very pretty woman.
We'll win $10,000, whoever the final is. The national competition, see one winner
Well, see
getting
now-
10
But
grand.
you get like national recognition too.
Yeah.
I think that's what people want more than the money. I mean, the money is
we
helpful.
could really push her big time.
But we'll get to share
if
their
she'll bring
work
us some
and
cupcakes.
Bake from Scratch magazine.
bribery, but
Well-
okay.
We'll vote for cupcakes, right?
That's right.
Mhm. That's what you need. Cupcakes.
I'm gonna have to call her today.
Yeah, let's get her on the show.
That would be fun.
Yeah. So anyway, that's one of the big stories, and locally, honestly, that's pretty cool
Yeah,
to be. I like it.
I do too.
She doesn't have a brick and mortar place yet. She will have one soon, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
She
you
could
know,
use my house.
It would smell good for sure. I mean,
Oh,
can you
wait.
imagine the smells that would be? Oh my goodness.
I have a brick house. Does
Yeah.
that count?
yeah, that's brick, and it's got some mortar.
Yes.
We'll slap some mortar on there for you, but yeah.
Number 1, in spite of some disparaging comments that have been made, Tideline Marine and Family is voted number 1 in the
Yay.
Best of 2023 Jacksonville Daily News event. They hold one of these every year.
Oh yeah, I know.
And they
for them.
voted as the best boat dealer in the area.
Wonderful.
So congratulations to Tideline. We do appreciate you. All of you. Family and veteran owned business it is. So that's pretty cool. El Sena Restaurant voted the best Italian restaurant. Thank
I
you.
believe that.
Yeah. Oh God,
The food
yes.
is good.
Have you eaten there?
Yes.
Oh my
Heck yeah.
Lord of mercy.
Yes.
It is so good.
Is that the one in Swansboro?
Yeah.
I have yet to eat that.
Oh, girl.
Oh,
I have
it's,
to-
it's worth going. They
Cry
open
my
at 4.
sister.
Call get a reservation
or you
Oh,
can get
okay.
one. Yeah.
because even at 4 o'clock, you'll probably be standing in
Yeah.
line.
You have to have a
Mm,
reservation.
And those with reservations move to the front of the line.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
And when the doors open,
Are they open Christmas Day?
No.
I
I
doubt
want
it.
to cook.
Yeah.
But you know, and when you go, be sure you get those meatballs as an appetizer.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably all I could eat.
You get 3 of them. That means you get 1.5 each.
Okay.
The food is good.
Yes.
Mhm.
But Debbie,
It's
Kelly,
not
we should
meat,
go.
it's not real meat balls, but they call it meatballs.
Well, what's in it? If
It's
it's not
good stuff.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Parmesan.
Okay.
Parmesan meatballs.
Mhm.
I love Parmesan.
They're
Oh,
good.
you will like
I've had
these.
them, they're good.
I,
Okay.
Mhm.
You know, I'm a meat lover, but I like these better than any
Mhm.
meatballs I've
I
ever
definitely have to put that on my list to do this month.
had. The sauce on them you just want
Just
to.
stop. Every
it
morning we
on your
get talking
face
about
all over it and
food.
just-
The food is good. There.
Yeah, it's
Royce,
really good.
if you're listening, you could bring us a biscuit.
I started saying you
No.
mentioned Royce bring us some meatballs.
we can't eat now.
No,
on
but
the
I
air.
can save it for after the
Oh.
show.
Okay.
All right, go on with the list. Do we have more for the list?
No, I don't have them. Those are the 2 I wrote down.
I'll have to get a copy of the Daily News.
Yeah, I don't think it's online. I
No,
think it's
I
only in the
looked
print.
before.
Yeah, I have to.
Trevor,
Yeah.
we'll get a
Maybe
newspaper.
you could just email us a list of them.
Somebody bring us one of those daily newspapers that's got this list.
It's
in
an
there.
insert in the Daily News.
So
Okay.
somebody's got to have one.
We'll make it a mission this weekend to
Yeah.
get that list.
Yeah, I can get one. Okay. So, what else is going on? Anything we need to know about?
We had more people file yesterday. The state website, I stayed up to about 11, and I only added to what we posted last night for the ones that I've seen the paperwork for. But I looked this morning, there's some more. Mayor John Davis of Swansboro
Uh-huh.
has thrown his hat in the ring for county commissioner. A good friend of Kelly and mine, and I think you know her, Cheryl Colson, has filed for county commissioner. Melissa Oakley did file yesterday for
Mhm.
reelection for Board of Education.
It's about time, Melissa.
A new person on the scene, Erin Grabansky. I hope I said that name right. She also filed. I think she was a realtor, is what I heard. And Mark Robinson did file yesterday. Finally, he filed for governor.
Hmm.
I think that Erin girl works for a local realtor
Yes.
as like an assistant. That's what I was told. I don't know
Okay.
how true
Yeah,
that
I
is.
don't know, but I'll update the list tonight because it closes at 12 noon, and hopefully the state will update theirs. But it was I stayed up last night, and just kept hitting refresh, going out, redoing it, and they had not updated it till late.
I
So
was beginning to think Mark Robinson wasn't filing
Well, with his
because he waited so long.
possibility that he would be selected by Donald Trump to be his running
I
mate,
just don't see that happening. either.
and apparently,
well, it'd be a smart political move for Donald Trump.
I
but
hear
yeah,
what
well,
you're saying.
yeah, for North Carolina, but
Right.
that's not where he needs it.
Mhm.
Right.
He's carried North Carolina.
Yeah, I think we have some more judges that filed. James Moore filed too,
Mhm.
and I have to add that to our list. And let me see. Interesting. I saw someone else filed for the North Carolina State House, and against, I believe, Phil Shepherd. Yes, Matthew Feehan, and he is a libertarian. And he has filed. So Phillips got a libertarian and a Democrat running against him. And then George Cleveland still has another Republican, Walter Gable, and a Democrat, Christopher Schulte, running against him.
Who does now?
George Cleveland.
George Cleveland.
And
Walter Gable
yes,
is a Republican.
yes, we're gonna check that out. And also our Senator Michael Lazara has a Democrat from Jacksonville running against him. No Republican has
Mhm.
filed against him.
Yeah.
So interesting. People were starting to sign up now. I guess everybody was waiting to see who was going to do what before they
Sometimes
did
they
it.
do that, and that's
Yes.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Can you
Yes.
imagine what this morning is going to be like for anybody that literally is waiting till the last minute?
Right.
They,
How-
they
what a
could be left out in the
madhouse.
cold
Yeah.
Mhm.
because those who
They-
get there at 5 minutes till 12
They're not
will
going to have
not
enough
have
time to fill that
out the
paperwork out. No, there's no way.
Kudos
And-
to the Board of Elections for what they do.
I
Yes.
tell you what, I mean, it's either going to be
It's a lot.
crickets in there today or it's going to be like slam
Crickets.
packed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crickets are a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
Interesting though. I'll get the whole list up tonight.
Okay. I guess they found the body of one of the hostages taken at that music festival in Israel.
No, is it that young boy? That
I
boy?
don't know how old the person is, but I saw a story on it. I don't think he's the young one, but it could be. 19-year-old Israeli Defense Force also announced that they had recovered the bodies of two 19-year-old Israeli soldiers that were taken captive by Hamas. And then this
Well, I didn't mean to sound like, oh, was it him? Because anybody that they took and killed,
28-year-old
yes.
hostage of Hamas captured during the attack back on October 7th. They found his body in Gaza,
It just
brought
hurts.
back to Israel.
Right.
But what a mess. A missile, just late breaking here, a missile fired from Yemen strikes a cargo ship in the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. defense official told the Associated Press today that a ballistic missile fired from rebel-held territory in Yemen struck a Liberian flagged cargo ship in the Red Sea, where numerous incidents have unfolded in recent days. The official identified the vessel as the MSC Platinum and said it remained unclear if anyone was actually hurt. Wow. What a mess. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, we've got a couple of fine folks in here, Royce Bennett and Frankie Howard.
Onwassa.
Frankie is the director of Onwassa here in the county.
I
And
think,
Royce sits on the board.
yes.
I don't know. Is he the chairman?
I think so. I think he's the
But
chairman of the
anyway,
board.
got some things they're going to talk about this morning. So when they get in about 7:30, some information you probably need to know, need to pay attention to. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME, your Christmas classic station.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer. Make sure you tune in later this morning on Sports Talk at 9 a.m. We'll have Ellie and Arlen Patino, the husband and wife owners of the Jacksonville Ospreys. They'll be talking about the schedule release and the upcoming summer of baseball in Jacksonville on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Hello, folks. This is Preston Taylor with Higgly Wiggly right here in Jacksonville. We'd like to take this opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from all of the folks here at Higgly Wiggly.
Hold on to your jingle bells. Pluto TV has all your holiday favorites for free. Enjoy Christmas classics like Scrooge with Bill Murray or Last Holiday with Queen Latifah. Plus, dive into festive channels like Holiday Movie Favorites by Lifetime or Hallmark Movies and more. Download the Pluto TV app on all your favorite devices and start streaming holiday favorites on live channels and on demand. With thousands of free movies and TV shows, Pluto TV is your home for the holidays. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Pro Paint Days are back for MVP's Pro Rewards members at Lowe's. Now through December 15th, you can earn 10% back in paint rewards via Lowe's e-gift card when you spend $100 or more on qualifying paint purchases. Plus, save $10 on a new and exclusive 5-gallon pail of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Drywall PVA Primer and Sealer. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Offers valid 12/4 through 12/15. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/L/pro loyalty terms. Subject to change.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843. If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Hey, number one, that's what Tideline Marine and Family ranks in the Jacksonville Daily News annual best of for 2023. The results of the survey of readers put Tideline at the top of the list for boat dealers across Onslow County. In an ad in yesterday's Daily News, Tideline said that family is important. As a family and veteran-owned business, the Papistrat family said they consider their customers to be a part of their family. Tideline sells a lot of top-of-the-line maritime products, including Mercury outboards, Aloha pontoon boats, Lund fishing boats, Magic Tilt, and Easy Loader boat trailers, Minn Kota trolling motors, power poles, and so much more. Right now at Tideline, you can save $5,000 on any Aloha pontoon boat in stock. Take 10% off the price of any boat trailer or Mercury outboard in stock. These are deals that will not likely be repeated anytime soon. Tideline Marine, your number one boat dealer, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Today, offshore northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet, except around 2 feet near shore. Dominant period 8 seconds, sounds in rivers of moderate chop. Saturday, 10 to 15, 2 to 4 footers, dominant period 9 seconds, sounds in rivers of moderate chop. And then it all goes to pot. Sunday, storm watch in effect from Sunday afternoon through late Sunday night here along the coast. Southeasterly winds 25 to 35 knots, gusts to 45 knots. That's about 50 miles per hour. Seas 8 to 13 feet, building to 13 to 18 feet in the afternoon. Near shore, seas 5 to 8 feet, building to 8 to 11 in the afternoon. Sounds and rivers are very, very, very rough.
That's a terrible forecast.
Like a mini hurricane.
Today, sunny, high at 58. Tonight, clear, cold, low of 29. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 62. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy at low of 49. And then on Sunday, rain, very heavy at times, high of 65. It's just breezy with 17 to 22 mile an hour winds and gusts as high as 36. And on Sunday during the day, 1 to 2 inches of rain possible. Then Sunday night, very heavy rain, low of 53, breezy, and another 1 to 2 inches of rain.
Yeah, the
Yikes.
local weather channels were showing possibly up to 4 inches.
Yep.
We,
2 during the
We'll
day.
have plenty
2
of
at
water,
night.
won't we?
I would think the county may want to
my plans
cancel
have
that tree
changed.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
They
plans have
did.
changed for Sunday. I'm driving to Greensboro.
Yes.
I'm driving, but I'm taking my boat.
You're going to need your
Kelly,
boat.
they do the tree lighting tonight, but the laser show that they were having scheduled Sunday that was rescheduled from last week, they've canceled it altogether.
Okay.
So
So they're doing the tree lighting tonight. That's
Yes.
smart. Yeah.
That's a really smart
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
Okay, it's coming up on 7:30 here. We got a couple of fine gentlemen in the studio just making their way in here.
Yeah.
And we'll get them seated over here from Onwassa, Frankie Howard, and on the board of directors.
aren't you the
We
chairman?
got one and the only. He is the chairman of the board of directors for Onwassa. What's his name? Royce.
Isn't he a county commissioner too?
Yeah, oh yeah, that thing. Royce Bennett. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Morning. How are you doing?
We're hanging in here. Appreciate you guys coming in this morning. I know there's a lot of stuff you need to talk about, want to talk about, but are you ready for Christmas? That's number one.
Is it what, less than a week away almost?
No,
or 2
it's,
weeks?
it's a week and change away. Monday week is Christmas.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wait, do we have another Monday? Yes, we do in between. Okay. Phew.
Yeah, we got next Monday.
Like 2 days from now,
Scared me.
Monday.
Yeah, it's sneaking up
Oh,
on us.
every morning is food and Christmas. You stress me out.
Yeah.
It slipped right in here this year. Suddenly it was Thanksgiving, and then there was no time difference between Thanksgiving and Christmas. All of a sudden, what happened?
It seems like you get shorter every year.
I know.
Yeah.
Wait till you get old. Tell you how short those times are. Frankie is the big boss out there.
Yes, sir.
at Unwassa. All the water is in good
It's,
shape.
it's in good shape. We got lots of water.
I was going to say, you got plenty of it. If not, just open up some barrels this
That's
weekend,
it.
Sunday.
That's it.
You'll have more. Somebody asked me once, where does all of the water come from that supplies Onslow County with drinking water?
We have 50 wells throughout the county. Got some that feed the Hubert plant. So we got a water treatment plant in Hubert. So I think it has about 14 wells. And then we have the Dixon water treatment plant, which serves the South Holly Ridge area, Sneads Ferry. It has probably just as many wells. We're adding one because of the demand, the growth that we've seen in the Dixon area. And then we have the Black Creek wells, which were the wells that were part of the Richlands water system. And then the county had some out there as well. So those are the really deep ones that we don't have to run through a treatment plant. So they just pipe right into the system.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay,
That's
that's
interesting.
pretty cool. I know down in New Hanover County, where I came from, the water was picked up right straight from the river, way up the river.
We're so fortunate. We don't have to do that.
Yeah, because that takes a lot of treatment.
What is a really deep well, Frank?
So the deepest one we have drilled recently is almost 1,000 feet.
Oh,
so
wow!
We
You
did
should
that
have pretty
purposely.
clear water,
Yes,
clean.
should be relatively clean.
Old water.
Yeah, that's really old water. It's dinosaur water, they say. But it is in the Black Creek aquifer. It's actually in the lower Black Creek. It's going to be in the Dixon region, and we're going to run it through our RO plant because it's going to be a little salty. We knew it was going to have some salt because of its location, but we can take care of that through the RO plant. So and it's
RO,
reverse osmosis.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's a section of the Dixon plant runs RO, and the rest of it's just the filtration, sand filtration type.
Yeah. A couple of places I go down in the Caribbean, they have special plants there. They just take seawater in.
That's what a lot of people have to do. I mean, there's no other
They
option.
do it on ships as well.
Yeah.
So it can be out there for quite some time. And Wilmington had a desalinization plant, or Riceville Beach did. I don't know whether it's still in operation or not. I assume that it is.
I think so.
But it was mostly a test plant there for quite a while.
Right.
But that's pretty cool processes.
Yeah, we're fortunate. Again, we like our deep well aquifers, deep water aquifers, and right now, I think we can continue to use those aquifers to supply the needs. We do have a partnership with Martin Marietta where we're looking at drilling some wells, additional wells around their operations, so that helps de-water for their process. Those would be Castlehane aquifers, which do have to go through a treatment process. Basically, it's a water softening process. It's just a hardness thing.
Yeah, some of that deep water is pretty hard.
Frankie, what is your actual title?
CEO.
Oh, that's what I thought.
That's okay.
Okay.
I get called everything from under the sun. Paperwork
Hey,
says
so do
director,
we, so that's no problem.
Basically, you're known as the boss, right?
That's it. Everything
Just
rolls
call
up
me
here.
boss man.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just want to make sure I was putting it on our page. I want to make sure I had your correct title.
Absolutely.
I guess, Royce, you sent me a little note. There have been some billing issues there for a while that have been corrected.
Right. Well, Onwassa just purchased the Plurus sewer systems both in Hubert and in Sneads Ferry, which is going to help to give us more sewer treatment capacity, which is desperately needed in both Swansboro and in Holly Ridge. So those purchases are going to help us with sewer treatment. But what happened as we audited the records after we took over those plants, we find out that Onwassa is not billing multi-users the same as what Plurus was billing them. And we're also weren't billing the same as what the city of Jacksonville and Carteret County and surrounding water systems are billing people. So we had to change our billing process. We can't charge the Plurus customers one way and the Onwassa customers another way, because now we're one system, so they all have to be equal. So what that meant was that multi-users, that means apartment buildings and places, trailer parks where there are a lot of different users on a single meter, are going to be billed differently in the future. It's going to be more expensive for them because they're going to have to start paying the base fee, $17 something for each housing unit instead of just one meter cost. So we've delayed that implementation until July to give people time to get used to it. But it's the only fair way to do it. And I try to emphasize ONWASA is a nonprofit organization. I mean, we're not out there to make money. We're out here to serve the customers. And, anything that the costs have to be paid by everybody. So if the multi-unit users are not paying what I would say is their fair share because they've not been paying the way that everybody else bills them, then the rest of the users have to make up that cost. And we have about 57,000 water accounts in Onslow County. There are about 500 accounts that are affected by this change.
So it's a very small percentage.
It is a very small percentage, but it's hard on them. I understand. I'm a small business owner. I understand when you suddenly increase the costs, you got to figure out how to make up for it. And hopefully by delaying the implementation for 6 months, it gives them time to figure out how they're going to.
Yeah, because they in turn bill it to their customers.
Right, they're going to bill it out to their customers. So if you have an apartment, if you live in an apartment, your rent may go up $17 a month or something to account for the difference in the.
Just to clarify too, it was in our rate and fee schedule. So it was something we were doing to some accounts and we found we weren't doing it to all. So that was a fairness thing. So we, by legislation, we have to do all accounts the same. And we discovered the Plurus accounts he was, as a private company, he was even doing it that way because he had a flat fee schedule and he just charged by the unit that was tapped on.
We got a caller, Robert. You got a question for these gentlemen, Robert?
Yes, Rayford. My water charges is normally $18 a month, and for some reason every year the Regalwood sewer keeps going up. Now it's like $96. Can you tell me why the sewer keeps going up so high?
Just to clarify too, because we third-party bill for some private sewer entities throughout the county, and that sounds like it's possibly one of the third-party billings if it's gone to 98, because I know there are some that are almost $100 flat fees
just for sewer.
Is there a way to look into it? Because just about every year it keeps going up, and the water is not too bad, but the sewer, I never see nobody working on the sewers.
Yeah, so our sewer is tied to our water rate. So if your water rate goes up, the sewer rate goes up. So it sounds like it may be one of those flat fee third party. And I don't want you to give your information over the air, but I can certainly get it and look into it.
Yeah, we live in the Regalwood area.
Regalwood, yeah, I think that's a private sewer. Yeah, because me and you talk Carolina
water or something.
Yeah, and that's confusing for some folks because we bill for them because we have a contract with them. We just basically take their fees and we turn them over to that private entity that runs the sewer plant.
Look into it and find out why every year it keeps going up. When I very rarely ever see a sewer person coming in and drain the sewer or go down and snake it out or nothing.
Well, what you don't see, and the same thing happens for our customers. I mean, there's a plant that's serving that subdivision that's somewhere within that area, and it does cost to run those plants. And sewer is a very expensive process to treat wastewater like the state wants you to do it and release it back into Mother Nature. So we have to. There's an expense for that. So you may not see them around your house, but they're definitely treating that sewer flow at the plant. And these smaller systems have not very many customers to spread the cost over. So, we saw this with the Hubert plant we took over for Plurus. That rate's actually going to go down for those customers because as a private entity and they had like 1,000 customers, 1,400 customers, it costs a lot more to run that plant.
So maybe you can take this one over.
Well, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I mean, there's certainly plants that have approached us about being taken over by Watson.
Okay.
We've had a lot of complaints about that Regalwood system. Even as a commissioner, people have complained about the water and the sewer service out there. And, there's really nothing that we can do about it because it's not our plant. It's not our system. It's not the county's plant or the county's system. It is a private system. So they're governed by the Utility Commission, right?
Yeah, that's the
Utility
Commission.
By the North Carolina Utility Commission.
Yeah. Robert, I'll give you if you want to do something, since ONWASA doesn't have any control over it, you can call the North Carolina Utility System.
Yeah. And
it's a state organization that oversees everything.
And every time they do a rate increase, they have to get it approved by the state. So there's a lot of stuff that's involved. They have to provide cost information.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Robert. It's cold weather's coming on. We think it's cold right now, but it ain't.
My car said 26 driving in here.
That's chilly, but it can get a whole lot worse. I've said it many times. I remember Christmas morning, 1989. It was 0 officially at the Weather Bureau in Wilmington.
There was snow.
And lots of snow, 15 inches or so. So it can get a lot colder here. And there are a lot of things that happen when it gets cold. Got any suggestions?
Yes, on our website, there is some cold weather, winter weather tips. So this time of the year, we do get some freezing temperatures, and you know what that does to water when it's not moving. So
it expands
very much so. And I think I might be dealing with some of that actually at my place right now. Because if you just your water lines, if they're not very, very deep, or if they're above the frost line, you'll get some frozen pipes. So we do have some tips up there, some general thoughts about looking at your plumbing and how to prevent that from freezing over. And some folks, like in your kitchen or your plumbing is lit normally on the outside wall, so those get colder than the interior of your home. So you can open your cabinet doors to let some hot air in there or warmer air. If you got hoses on the outside of your home, I've seen this happen personally, and it works. That water will freeze through the hose, and it'll freeze up your plumbing under the house, and you'll actually get a leak under the house. You may not even know it for a while.
You will also have to go buy a new hose or a repair kit because it's going to split.
I've already put my covers on.
And then cover up the outside spigots.
Maggie, we do have a program for people if they get a broken water line and they have an excessive water bill, that we can help them with that. Is that right?
We have a leak adjustment policy, so they can call customer service and see if they qualify based on the situation. I think they do have to prove to us that the leak has been repaired, and then the law allows us to give them a leak adjustment.
A lot of times, people, including me, I did not know it. One of the toilets would just run for no reason. I wasn't paying any attention to it. I didn't notice it because I don't hang around the bathroom when I'm finished with the bathroom.
Right.
And then it turns out it was having a little bit slow leak, and then it would, fill up again.
Yeah. It runs a lot of water. You don't realize
it will run a lot of water.
And that's what we tell folks. You can actually get little tabs to put in the back of your toilet and see if the blue is coming through, and that means that the seal is not working. So you just need to get that repaired. Yep.
Interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, the city of Jacksonville made a rate adjustment, a price adjustment when I had one. So thank you for that.
Yeah, they do. We try to work out with people because these leaks can get very excessive, and the bill that follows is unfortunate. So I know people can't afford that, especially if they didn't use the water. So.
One of the other things that I found out the hard way is that you leave your hose on, leave it charged, and you've got one of those little $4.98 devices on the end of it called a nozzle.
Yep.
And it may leak.
Yeah, that happens too.
And it doesn't take a whole lot for 24 hours. You can find a big puddle out there.
Especially when they're behind the house. You don't go in your backyard all the time.
Don't have a clue.
It just goes on and on. So we are looking into some technology, speaking of leaks, to help with that. Some new metering technology that can allow us to alert folks more quicker than say every 30 days.
Do you have any way I could bypass that meter?
There's folks that have tried.
You could dig a hole in the backyard and put your own well in.
I got one of those. I got a well back there, but it hasn't been used in 40 years.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that thing.
Let's take a break. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Rick Dees right here. Join me weekdays from 10 till 3 p.m. on your Daily Dees right here on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? El Chino Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Chino Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Chino Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
The holiday travel season is almost here, and if you need automotive service before hitting the highways or just regular maintenance, Cedar Point Tire, the best automotive shop in Cedar Point, is here for you. Cedar Point Tire is more than just a tire store. They offer fast auto service from tune-ups to flat and all alignment and suspension services too. Cedar Point Tire. They carry all the major name brand tires, so they likely have your preference. It's simple. For all automotive service and tires, call 252-393-3188 or visit Cedar Point Tire, the best automotive shop in Cedar Point, 1083 Cedar Point Boulevard. Cedar Point Tire thanks you for your past patronage and wishes you and yours the best holiday season and a happy new year. Come ride with us this holiday season.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vented cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way. S&H Feed and Garden would like to take this time to thank our customers for their patronage and wish you and yours best wishes for a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. S&H Feed and Garden, 4043 Freedom Way, Hubert, has been serving Swansboro and surrounding areas with garden and feed supplies since 1978. 'Tis the season to get your Christmas trees cut fresh in the North Carolina mountains and crabapple trees while they last. At S&H Feed and Garden, we are your one-time stop for all your gardening and feed needs, offering annual bedding plants, perennials, hanging baskets, vegetable plants and seeds, as well as herbs, all grown on site. Don't forget, Christmas trees are going fast. Get yours while they last. This holiday season, stop by S&H Feed and Garden, 4043 Freedom Way, Hubert. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from S&H Feed and Garden. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30, Saturday, 8 to 5, closed on Sundays. Phone 910-326-5690.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back, and in the studio with us, we've got CEO of Onwassa, Frankie Howard, and we had the the chairman of the board of directors, Royce Bennett. And I've got visitors outside, so we're getting alerted from every corner of the house. A couple things about sewer, if we could. I know that my wife is and I am both. We're pretty particular about what we don't put down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is, when you fry up a hamburger or fry up something, whatever, put the grease somewhere else in your trash can. I usually use some cans of something, so I just pour it in the can, seal it up, put it in the trash, and it goes away. Pour it down the drain. What happens?
Well, it gets a little messy, when fats, oils, and grease. We call it our FOG program. So we also have a link for that on our website as well. But it'll harden up and it causes issues with the drainage. So you could get backups, and that could cause unfortunate situations in your own personal home. But then if it gets past the clean out and into our system, it could cause issues with our treatment process and our collection lines in between the plant and your home.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Yes, it's not good for the system. We have filtration systems now. We just took over the 2 Pleuris systems, and they're membrane systems, so it has to filter all that out, and so it could cause issues with that process if we don't get it out ahead. So we just try to encourage folks just not to do it. It's not good for your own plumbing. It's certainly not good for our treatment process, and it can cause extra expenses, unfortunately, down the line, and we have to deal with it. So
sometimes, regardless of what you do, things will.
Yeah.
And you get slow drainage and yada, yada, yada. I've read all sorts of things about what's good and what's bad about doing that. What can you do?
As far as
opening up a clogged drain?
Yeah. I mean, you just got to be cautious with it because some pipes may not be able to handle certain equipment that is used to unclog a drain. So we have seen folks
Plastic
come in and
pipes.
actually bust through pipes. You know, if a pipe gets a little bit of a crack in it, you know, if you got trees in your area where your drain line is, you know, roots can get in the pipe and cause clogs. I've seen that before. To clean outs, pull wads of roots out of the drain.
Some of the old sewer lines in Jacksonville, I know they clog on a regular basis. And pretty much anything you do. And some houses built in the 1950s, I know, could not be retrofitted with
PVC.
Yeah, with whatever. You got some of these galvanized pipes or clay pipes.
Clay. We do have, believe it or not, we have one area. We think we have at least one clay pipe in our system. And we're working at replacing this in Richland's drainage system. So we've had to go through and replace those with new lines because, you know, those can't be.
Just a little history, you know, Onwassa's only been in existence for what, 23 years. Onwassa, before that, you know, the town of Holly Ridge and the town of Richlands had water sewer systems that were 50 years old or more. And when Onwassa was formed, all those municipalities gave their water and sewer assets to the Onwassa Authority. So we inherited, as Onwassa inherited some legacy systems that
you mean ancient stuff.
Ancient stuff. Yeah, some of them had some issues, and we have a great capital improvement program right now, a plan for the next 5-10 years to to replace a lot of those old systems, old pipes, get rid of those clay pipes and lead pipes that need to go away. It's a big job though. It takes a lot of money. A lot of money.
So how many capital project plans do you have that you're going to?
I mean, there's probably 20 plus projects on our capital improvement plan, and that is over a 10-year period. And last I looked, when included this Pleuris project, it was pushing $300 million worth of projects over 10 years. So it's quite a bit. Half of that is a large project we're working on to put a third water treatment plant in to serve the county because we know we're going to need more water.
Yeah,
we talked about how much we had, but you know that doesn't last forever. So
population is growing rapidly.
Very much so. We're one of the top areas for growth in the state. So. And we're filling that at the front line, so to speak, with the water users. So
let's take a quick break. Come back. I want to talk about something else. Royce has sent me a note about this Northwest wastewater plant flood repairs.
Yeah.
Flood repairs?
Yeah, it was flooded in Florence, and we're still working on it.
Still working on it.
Yeah, believe it or not.
5 years later.
Isn't that amazing?
Wow. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We are your Christmas classic station, and we'll be right back.
Coastal Bank and Trust thanks you for allowing us the privilege of handling all your banking needs, including personal and commercial loans to mortgage services. With locations in Jacksonville, Holly Ridge, Richlands, and Morehead City, Coastal Bank and Trust truly is a community bank dedicated to those we serve and is proud to be a part of the continued growth of Onslow, Carteret, and surrounding counties, and looks forward to meeting you. Thank you for voting us the best of the best 5 years in a row. FDIC insured and an equal housing lender.
Modern Exterminating 627 College Street, Jacksonville has proudly been serving the pest control needs of Onslow and surrounding counties since 1952. That's 70 years of protecting the health and property of our citizens from rodents, termites, mosquitoes, and all other pests. Modern Exterminating offers inspection without obligation. Being authorized to serve government quarters, Modern Exterminating takes this opportunity to thank those who serve and allowing us to handle all your pest control needs. If what they use don't zap them, they'll trap them. And if you're not satisfied, they'll step on them. The bug stops here. Modern Exterminating, family owned and operated since 1952. Call today, 910-455-5122. That's 910-455-5122 for Modern Exterminating.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or our latest publication online.
If you have a project that requires ready-mix concrete, whether a driveway, patio, livestock housing, outdoor kitchen, or something special for the holidays, Mixed Masters Concrete of Buteville can handle the job. Large or small, Mixed Masters Concrete offers residential, commercial, and agricultural contract work with professional service and fast delivery. Owner Scott Thigpen provides free estimates, and Mixed Masters Concrete will deliver on Saturdays. In addition to expert concrete service, KPT Masonry does complete concrete finishing. So, for ready-mix concrete and professional concrete finishing, phone 910-298-6153. Mixed Masters Concrete and KPT Masonry of Beulaville. Proud to be part of the continuing growth of Eastern North Carolina, and thanks all our military families and all that serve.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, gentlemen, we got, there's a lot of ground we're trying to cover here. I don't know that we'll get through all of it, but we'll get through a big part of it. The Northwest Wastewater Plant, it was flooded 5 years ago when this little thing, that little witch named Florence came a-calling.
Yeah,
and it's, you're still working on it.
Yeah, that's been a huge project again for 5 years. I mean, that plant was completely inundated with water and pretty much totally destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to bring in some temporary treatment trailers to treat the sewage temporarily. And again, for the last 5 years, we've been working to on resiliency projects mostly. I mean, the plant's back working.
Yeah, we've been working.
But,
some of it was on manual.
Right. But resiliency projects, we've had to raise the electrical system by 5 feet or something like that. It's huge.
Well, I would imagine in a place like that,
get
doing
it
that
up
was
over the
expensive.
flood. You're right. Get it up over the flood line and get all of the equipment up high enough so that if it floods again, that hopefully we won't have this issue. It's been millions of dollars, but most of it has been FEMA money.
Right. We had some FEMA money. We maxed out our
Titanic sinking there? Like, what's happening?
We worry.
So many radios
Speaking of
going
flooding,
out.
is that an emergency alert? But we kept speaking of the funding, I did want to point out, because I got it later on my list, but one of our grants this year was to help finish the funding on that project. We ran into an issue with FEMA where it was some errors on the way that FEMA claim was filed, and it was unfortunate. And FEMA and the federal government, it's very difficult to get them to straighten things up. So we had a little bit of a shortfall there, and we were very fortunate that through the budget process, our legislators earmarked $5 million additional funding for that project. So I think in total that project was about $12 million from start to finish. And like Roy said, we basically rebuilt a lot of the components there, and we've elevated some equipment to keep it out of the flood zone. And we also built flood resistant structures over the critical components out there. So a lot of plants have their stuff out in the open. In this case, all of our blowers and equipment will now be under a shelter, and they'll have floodgates, and we'll be able to put those into place if we fear that something's coming. So it'll be a nice project when it's finally done. And believe it or not, they're doing a substantial completion inspection on the 18th, so next week, and then we should close this project out next month. So long time awaited. We're hoping
We'll have to tour out
yeah,
there.
we'll do a tour. It's a nice facility. It sits on nearly 1,000 acres, so we have a pretty large piece of property there, and we do have surplus property there. We lease out. We actually just got a pretty substantial lease agreement in place with a new farmer in the county to farm that.
Yeah, internet out there.
There is internet.
Maybe we should do a show live there one morning.
We can get walk through to
Get everybody there.
Yeah. We got a nice conference room. I mean, you could look like you're right
Bring your
here.
clothespins.
So we could definitely do that. We're going to have a employee tour out there. We're going to have the board come once we're done. It'll be a state of the art, something to be proud of. So I like that idea.
Yeah, that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Handle it.
While we're
I will
talking
be
about
right back.
while we're talking about state funding,
Yes.
let's we certainly
Right.
thank Senator Lazara and
Representative Shepherd.
Representative Shepherd for helping us get the $5 million for that plant, but they also helped us get $10 million.
Yes.
In
in last year's budget.
in last year's budget for the connection to
Plurus.
the Plurus in Holly Ridge or Sneed's Ferry.
Yeah.
That means we're going to be able to connect the Holly Ridge treatment plant, the Summer House treatment plant to the Plurus plant.
Yeah.
So that we can send the sewage to either or both of those plants to give us
So
more
is Plurus
capacity out there.
completely out of Onslow now?
That's
Completely-
correct.
Yeah, Plurus is out of Onslow.
They do have a presence in Pender County still. They got a Hampstead location, so they're expanding that to serve that part of Pender County. So some of the employees went with that plant, but
They
as-
built a nice plant right there in Hubert.
that's one of the ones we
Yes.
purchased. Yep, it's
Yes.
state of the art, brand new. It's
And they also, for the county, built a park and
That's
gave it to
right.
the county.
That's right.
You should see they have is the tank still there, the fish tank?
Yes. Well, no, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Oh, I spelled story.
Sturgeon?
They
Okay.
take the treated sewage, they're taking the treated sewage out of that plant and pumping it into a fish tank, and the fish
Survived.
Those
thriving.
tanks are still there. It was the one that was in the office is gone. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Okay.
do pump the water through there. It's very
It's
impressive.
just an indication of
Check
how
that
clean that wastewater is. It's clean enough that the fish can live in it.
That's amazing.
And
Fish
it's
can
creepy.
have it.
creepy, but
still
okay.
don't
Yeah.
think I'd
Oh,
want to
it's-
jump
That's
in.
creepy.
It's treated to near drinking water quality, and it's a shame that you just dump it right back in what they make you go through in the areas that you're allowed. But the law did change this year with the help of the owners of Plurus, because they have, you're on the situation, so we are allowed to discharge that membrane treatment process water in no flow creeks now. So it'll help us for future expansions to not have to send the water miles and miles away to a certain part of
interesting.
the river.
I'm sure the water that you're discharging is probably cleaner than the water.
Cleaner
that
than
is
what's there.
in
You're actually diluting whatever's there.
Yeah.
Right. So
And one of the biggest issues with treating wastewater in Onslow County and the East Coast is where did you dispose of it? Because the water table's so high, you can't just dump it on the ground and expect it to soak in. You have to spray it, or you have to hold it in a pond, or you have to do something with it. And takes a lot of room. It takes hundreds of acres to spray it.
Wow.
The city has a spray field out on that has hundreds and hundreds of acres of
Thousands
pine
probably,
forest,
yeah.
basically, that where they spray the treated water. But takes a lot of room.
All right. Let's take a quick Fox News break. It's only about 60 seconds, so hang in there. We got more questions and you've got more answers. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Mr. Foster, President Biden's National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and Israel are just leaders there to wind down the large-scale military campaign in Gaza that's killed thousands of civilians.
There will be a transition to another phase of this war, one that is focused in more precise ways on targeting leadership and on intelligence-driven operations that continues to deal with the ongoing threat that Hamas poses.
He says there's no disagreement that it'll take months for the war to end. An Ohio boy is accused of planning to shoot up and burn down a synagogue. An unnamed 13-year-old boy is charged with inducing panic and disorderly conduct. The teen is accused of posting a detailed plan to complete a mass shooting at Temple Israel in Canton and then planning to stream the act on the platform Discord. Fox's Tom Graham please say the boy admits being part of several anti-Semitic and political groups online. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Okay, and we are back and live on Local Real Talk, and in the studio with us, Frankie Howard, the CEO of Onwassa, Royce Bennett, chairman of the board of Onwassa, also county commissioner Royce Bennett. You guys, I know you've got this deal down there in the Holly Ridge area, Camp Davis. Yeah. You're working there. What you got a partnership going on? Is that what it is?
So we have Royce is on the Economic Development Partnership Board, represent the county. I sit on it as well, represent the utilities that we serve. So when they had started talking about needing an extra property down to expand Camp Davis, it just so happened that we had property down. Once it had some extra property that we were going to build a wastewater plant years ago, but it just never materialized. So we had 1,200 acres there, adjacent to property that they're expanding into right outside the Holly Ridge city limits. So we do have some wells there, and we're looking at drilling some additional wells. But we had the board agreed to they offered to purchase with that board, the Jones, the Jacksonville Onslow partnership,
right?
And they're going to possibly purchase, what was it, almost 300 acres, I think.
It's 258 acres.
Yeah, 258 acres.
Wow. Of 1,200.
So I think it's a good deal for the community. So
well, I like the fact that Onwassa paid $2 million for 1,200 acres.
Yeah, back in 2008ish time.
Back in 2008, and we just we're selling 258 of that for $2 million. So
really?
We're gonna recoup our investment and still have 1,000 acres to figure out what to do with next.
Good.
Yeah, it's a win-win. It's truly a win-win.
It's great. And we've been selling timber off of that property for years. That generates what, 300?
We've sold almost $1 million in timber, in the past 2 years. So it's a lot of healthy timber out there.
Again, emphasizing that anything that Onwassa can do to produce revenue saves the ratepayers money that they would have to come up with otherwise.
It's been a blessing to have, and we're going to continue to do that. Even with that partnership, we've kept the timber rights until they decide to purchase it or develop it. So, in fact, we've accelerated some timber sales on that particular tract that would have been later years, just to kind of get it prepared for whatever that may come. I know that they've got plans, hopefully, to use the first 70 acres that's closest to Highway 50. The goal is to put from 50 all the way out to 17, so that industrial park will have its own road,
right?
And it'll help with traveling through that area. But I think what I was told is 2,500 jobs potentially with just that 70 acre part near 50.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a big impact.
Yeah,
for that area.
it's gonna be great for Holly Ridge, Franzo County.
They're gonna need more water too.
That's true. And we're working on that.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you talk about economic development projects, you certainly attract other grants that are possible. So we're working with the EDA and some different state agencies to put water and sewer infrastructure out there. So we'll be prepared for what may come.
During COVID, a lot of places shut down. A lot of companies lost employees. Some companies went out of business. Onwassa can't go out of business, but do you need people?
We do.
Did you lose anybody?
We've just, sort of maintained, over the years. We did have a pretty deep vacancy last couple of years, but we were able to get that down to the single digits. Well, unfortunately now we got about 24 vacancies right now. Some of that came along with the budget. We added some positions because we are growing and we need to cover that area. And then with the Plurus project, we had to add additional positions because we doubled our sewer footprint in the county. So we took over 2 plants and we have 7,000 new customers, which is double the area that we covered. So we had, I think, 35 positions just with that transition. So we've been fortunate. We filled quite a few of those and we had several come over with that transition. So we still have positions available. So go to our website. If you can link that out there, that'll be perfect. And
Yes, it's out there.
I think if you speak to most of our employees, you'll hear the same story. I mean, folks enjoy working with Onwassa, I think, and we just had our Christmas party this week and it was very well attended, and we have a good group. I mean, it's like family. It's a career. You have ways to work your way up into the organization. If you don't have a certification, as it's indicated on the job description or posting, we will work with them to get certified, because we know folks aren't just going out there getting water and sewer certifications and just holding on to them, looking for a job. So we have specialized state certifications. Matter of fact, I sat through a class all day yesterday just to get my credit hours up to date before the end of the year. So you just we'll work folks through that. On the job training is what we call it. So we'll get them through certification classes. And
that's good.
Yep.
So how did you start off?
So I was actually with Jones County manager for 15 years before I came here.
County manager.
I was
Jones?
the county manager in Jones for
yes.
Yeah, it was pushing 15 years. Started there in 2007, and so we ran a countywide water system, and we had some sewer, and so I had became certified through that process because we had some turnover on the water side. So it was nice to have a certification in those times where we were without a director. So I became certified on the well side. So there's distribution certification, there's wastewater certifications, but that's how I started out.
That's interesting. We had a county manager here in Onslow County to leave Onslow County to go on Onwassa.
That's it. That's it.
Then we stole him from Jones County.
That's 2 county managers now.
That's taking everybody.
Yeah. He's done a great job. He's been with us, what, a year and a half?
This March will be 2 years. Believe it or
2
not.
years.
I
Yeah.
believe it. It's how fast time goes.
So how many other water companies do we have in Onslow that are for-profit? Are they Scientific Water?
That's a good.
They still there?
That's the one that does water. I think that's the only other one that does water. The ones that we talked about earlier are sewer. They called Carolina Water, but they just have a sewer plant that they operate. And there's Old North State, I think, has a couple small package
I
plants.
never heard of them.
Yeah. So what happens is out in the rural parts of the county where we don't have sewer infrastructure, or we didn't have it at the time, these package plants were popular and they just served that one subdivision.
People still had their septic tanks.
That's right. We had septic tanks. So I think that's the only ones. Then you got City of Jacksonville, of course, does their own water and sewer.
Yes.
And I think that's it. So. Oh, and Northwest Water. That's out there in the Richlands area. That's a water company. Forgot about that.
I mean, Carolina Plantations has their own sewer treatment system. Stateside has their own sewer treatment system. So
Is that something now that's required whenever you have these new subdivisions pop up? Like when they come to the county, want rezoning, they're going to build a subdivision. Do you require them to do their own septic tank?
no, they don't have to build a plant. That's a decision that the developer makes. Is it more economical to build, one plant that can treat everybody, so you can have smaller lot sizes? Then you generally have to have about a half an acre. 20,000
good land.
Yeah, 20,000 square feet at a perk in order to build a septic tank. So if you build a septic system to handle that sewage, then you can probably build on 2,000, 5,000 square feet. You can build quarter acre lots and like we have in the city, you probably have about a quarter acre lot. That's about what I have in my house. And that's because we don't need a septic tank. All our sewage has a place to go. Mm-hmm. So it's up to the developer to decide what is the best, most economical way for them to develop the land.
Hmm.
We don't have a requirement in Onslow County that you tap onto our sewer system.
That's another good point.
That is an issue for Onwassa and developing sewer treatment systems, because you can, we could spend $1 million to build a sewer line, and nobody is required to use it. So, you got to look at how do you justify this huge investment when you don't know if anybody's actually going to use it.
And that's exactly why we haven't expanded our sewer footprint quite as much.
Right.
It costs a lot, and there's no guarantee. In some places, you do get charged an availability fee. I think in some municipalities, I think Surf City might even do that. If it goes past your lot, then you pay.
Jacksonville does.
And Jacksonville may do that.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
just the fact that infrastructure is there, and you can tap on it whenever you need to pay the fees to do such. But in our case, that was not a very popular thing to do out in the county. And so we ran into that with the Northwest plan. I mean, we spent millions of dollars there, and it's got very little flow.
Someone has a question. I can't read the whole thing.
Let me
Well, it's
see.
on the YouTube, so I can see part of it.
Oh, it looks like it. Yes. The chamber director has Unwasa looked into installing solar panels on some of their larger acre tracts.
I'm not aware that we have been approached or looked into it. It's certainly a topic that's an option to consider. It depends on what that land use needs to be in the future. I think with ours, we were looking at potential sewer treatment or spray fields. And so you wouldn't want to tie those acres up with solar panels because they need to be there for many, many years to justify them. But it's possible some of the plants or structures that we have may could justify putting them on rooftops, perhaps. I'm not sure. I know some facilities or utilities have looked into doing that. And businesses.
Would you have to get the county's approval to do that?
If it was a large acre project, yes, it would have to go through zoning, I'm sure. And we know kind of how popular or unpopular some of those have been. So
we know what that answer will be.
So it's a good question, though. Yeah, we look at all types of revenue
Thanks,
streams.
Mike.
So
You just mentioned your Christmas party, but you also have a lot of individuals that have contributed a lot for the Christmas cheer program.
yes, I'm glad you reminded me about that. We sure did. We delivered on Tuesday $4,200 worth of donations from our employees, not the company, but our employees. We did incentivize that a little bit, with certain things that we do for the employees, but it just shows you how generous our employees are. At this time of the year, we had just done a food drive too for the Rotary Club, where we had donated quite a bit of food for that project. So this was the Christmas cheer. So we had, of that $4,200, $1,500 in gift cards that employees also give to them so they can buy the specific
Sounds like
toys
a
they
great
need.
place to work.
Yep. So they're very generous. So that was about 35 employees, I think, in total that contributed that amount.
Wow.
So, yeah. So it's not the whole.
Well, kudos to
150.
them. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas to them.
Yeah, it was awesome.
All right, we have another question just came in. I have a question. Are y'all going to extend the sewer at Four Corners along Highway 172? There it ends. There also, if you have multimeters, we recently got a letter that you were going to increase our rates. Could you explain why that's happening?
That's what we talked about
Yeah,
at the beginning.
I can
Yes.
recap that. But Four Corners. So we're in the process. We know where the lines are. Those are the Plurus lines in the Sneads Ferry area, is what I'm assuming they're talking about. And I have worked with individuals that are kind of interested in knowing where those lines are at. Speaking of which, and the chairman here has asked that we consider getting those lines put on the county GIS. So that's another project that I've initiated. So we'll at least put our linear assets out there so folks can see when they're potentially looking at developing land, if it's got a water line or a sewer line there. It won't tell you anything about capacity. You have to talk to us about that, but at least you can know if the line is close by. But I mean, we just talked about sewer extensions, and they're very costly, but is right. I think we can possibly partner with a development to see if we can extend services to them if it's not already there. It does go down 172 almost to 17, I think, and then it goes almost halfway to the back gate. I think that way, if that's what I'm thinking about, because I know there's a couple building projects there. So we do have some infrastructure. And back to the multi-users. So we, again, as Royce had pointed out, when we were auditing records, as we were comparing revenue streams for the Plurus purchase, we realized there was, particularly in that area, we had some customers that were going to come over from them that were being billed on a per user basis instead of a one base fee like they were getting on our water. So we need to correct that. And even our rate and fee schedule already states that that's how we should do it. And so we were just, it was a billing correction is what it was. So there will be some potential increases for those accounts, and it was just a little bit under 500 accounts. We did clarify some of the campgrounds got those, but when we dug a little deeper, RV lots don't constitute a unit in our ordinance, so we took those off. That was almost 1,500 users, believe it or not, about 20 accounts that came off that list.
So each campsite would not have a meter.
Right. They don't have a meter, and they don't constitute as a unit, as a live. Like, it's got to be somewhere you can live permanently. We know some folks maybe do, but and there are rules, and most rules at the campground, you can't stay there more than a week or a month or whatever it is out of the year. So I don't know if you got anything else to add, but that's kind of where that came from. Again, when we were formed almost 20 years ago, we were merging billing structures from all the entities that joined. And I think the county had this in their rate and fee schedule, and some others, like we talked about, City of Jacksonville does this, Surf City, other utilities bill on a per user basis. And that just helps offset some of the fixed costs that ONWASA and the utilities have. And in the initial part, it saved that end user from having to put multiple meters in to serve all those apartments or trailers if it's a mobile home park. So you didn't have that upfront cost to put meters in. But you have to spread that cost over time with this base fee. So we do have a based fixed fee on the water side is $17 per unit. On the sewer, I think it's $28. And then there's a volumetric fee on top of that for how much water you use through that meter.
Okay.
At Plurus and these private entities, they have a flat fee. So I think it was a little over $50 when Plurus was operating in Onslow County for the Sneeze Ferry area. And then in the Hubert area, I think it was $78 or $9 was a flat fee. And those got spread out over the units for those areas of the county.
Interesting.
Okay. One quick thing here. Some people say, my water going to get cut off on Christmas Day because you're going to be out of business that day.
We, believe it or not, that we have to process that months or weeks in advance. So we do think through this. So I think we scheduled a cutoff cycle next week, but we won't do one the week of Christmas. We'll have to catch up afterwards. So it does put us behind when we don't do those on a regular basis, because we, believe it or not, we have quite a few that go through that. So we won't, but to answer your question, no, we won't cut you off.
Okay.
Not on Christmas Day.
No, but I'm talking about you're going to be closed.
We are going to be closed. Now, keep in mind, there are still options for folks that are online that you can pay your bill. So you don't have to come physically in our office or we do have a drive-through there, Dropbox. We have an app now, believe it or not, on your smartphone, so you can go download the ONWASA app.
I don't do apps.
Yeah, I know.
And an addendum to that question I just asked you, he said, would that include a small mobile home lot with only 5 lots? And he says, that's my question. That infrastructure has been there for 40 years. I think you just kind of went over that about mobile home lots.
Yeah, mobile homes are listed in what a unit is considered in our ordinance. So it is an end user. It is somebody can rent that out for somebody to live there. So they are a user or a unit. So they will get, we're going through a verification process. So if we didn't hear back from the customer, we just assumed that number that we had on file was still the same. If they've changed the number of units or they've reduced the number of mobile homes, they can call us. We'll go out and verify that, and we can lower that number in our system, in our record.
Okay.
Probably the best thing, Frank, is to call.
Yep. Call and email. We'll get you taken care of.
All right. Gentlemen, we appreciate you coming
It's
in.
been very
Lots of good
interesting.
information.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one day we might want to do a test again because people keep talking about, and we did one on the air one day.
Yeah,
I had several
I remember
people in.
that. Jeff Hudson, I think.
Jeff brought in some very expensive bottles of water, and behind our back, we didn't know what they were. He poured them in cups. We had 4 of us, I think, testing it that day for quality, which actually tastes the best.
Right.
The water from some Hubert tap, a home.
Isn't that amazing?
From a home, tested best.
It
was unanimous. Which one tasted better?
Yes.
Which one tasted best?
Yeah, we need to do that again.
That would be fun. Yeah.
We
We'll
do
very
enter our
good.
water into taste tests at the state level, so it's pretty fun. It's interesting to watch the panel taste and all the different samples. So, it's a preference thing sometimes too, is what you're used to. But
for me, the plastic water bottles, sometimes they're a necessity.
That's right.
But I don't like them.
Right.
I just, we will have some for an emergency, whatever. But I don't. My tap water is fine.
Yes.
I go fill up my glass every day from that. My ice comes from the tap water. It's just done that way. I don't have to go to the store and buy water. Don't like it.
Yep.
And then I have to worry about the county system getting rid of all that plastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to go somewhere.
Yeah,
got to go somewhere.
And I see so much of it a boat, and I see so much of it on the water.
Yes.
It is irritating.
I'm bad about drinking water. Even though I lived on base during the bad water, I didn't drink it.
That's behind us.
Yes.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Thank
you
y'all for
coming
having
in.
us.
Thanks for your time.
And Merry Christmas to both of you.
Very
Merry
interesting.
Christmas.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, you too. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Your Christmas call. We'll be right back with weather.
This is Dwayne Silent Service Center. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
At Sound Furniture and Appliance, they are proud to have been in the furniture and appliance business since 1965, and their goal is to continue to offer the best products and services to their customers at acceptable prices throughout the holidays. Whether you are furnishing your residence, beach house, condo, or office year-round, or are looking for a festive look for the holidays, Sound Furniture and Appliance has the furnishings to fit any budget, style, and taste. Their sales and design teams offer professional and personal service with product and fabric selection. Sound Furniture Appliance, 600 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, carries name brands such as CD, Lazy Boy, and appliances by Sub-Zero, Wolf, Code, and Hajizaki. Financing and local delivery is available. Sound Furniture Appliance asks you to join them in remembering all military men and women this holiday season. Sound Furniture Appliance, wishing you the best for the holidays and the upcoming new year. Sound Furniture Appliance, 600 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6 p.m. and 8:30 to 5:30 on Saturday. Phone 252-393-8130 for Sound Furniture Appliance in Cedar Point.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Flatwoods Outfitters of Hubert takes this opportunity to say thank you for your past patronage and to wish you and yours a safe and happy holiday season. Being the oldest sporting and firearm facility in Oslo County, Flatwoods Outfitters has a long gun or pistol in stock, whether for hunting or personal safety. Take advantage of their outdoor shooting range to practice or to learn how to safely operate your firearm, which Flatwoods highly recommends. At Flatwoods, you can sight in your scope to be sure of perfect accuracy to bag that trophy. They carry all the major brand names of long guns, shotguns, and pistols, as well as ammunition. If you are interested in a permit, Flatwoods Outfitters of Hubert can assist with that also. If a sporting arm is on your holiday shopping list, you will find it at Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 in Hubert, where they aim to preserve our heritage, wildlife, and Constitution. Once again, thank you and happy holidays from Flatwoods Outfitters of Hubert.
It's the season of giving, which means a visit to Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, right here in Jacksonville. Select a gift that will keep on giving long after Christmas. Right now, save up to 40% on in-store merchandise, including showcase jewelry, featuring pendants, diamond rings, diamond fashion bands, gemstone rings, and earrings. Need money for the holidays? Barnes Diamond Gallery, pays top dollar for gold and silver. Major credit cards accepted and layaway available. Hurry and save 40% on in-store merchandise right now. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville. Open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Saturday.
Merry Christmas from our family to yours. Barnes Diamond Gallery.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Smithfield smoked shank portion hams, 79 cents a pound with a Pig Perks membership only. Limit 1 per member. Smithfield butt portion hams, 99 cents a pound. Bone-in standing loin roast is only $7.99 a pound. Bone-in standing rib roast, $12.99 a pound. Turkey breast, just $1.59 a pound. Spiral sliced half hams, $1.99 a pound. Whole fresh hams, $1.99 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Citizens Farm chicken. Oven Produce, how about an 8-pound bag of sweet Florida navel oranges for just $7.99 for an 8-pound bag? Eastern red, Rome, or golden delicious apples, just 99 cents a pound. How about a 6-ounce container of blueberries, blackberries, raspberries for just $3.99? Russet baking potatoes, only 79 cents a pound. Got to be North Carolina grown sweet potatoes, 89 cents a pound. How about a 3-pound bag of Florida Sunburst tangerines for just $4.99? And you get the 2-liter size Pepsi or Mountain Dew. The Pig Perk price is 2 for $3, limit 2 deals per person. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back. Thanks to Frankie and to Royce for coming in this morning.
That's great
do
information.
appreciate that, and lots of good stuff there. We kind of take water for granted. We take electricity for granted until it's not there.
That's right.
And then it's, key bar at the door. So
Better get the generators out Sunday.
there you go. Number 1, that's what Tideline Marine and Family ranks in the Daily News Annual Best of for 2023. The results of the survey of readers put Tideline at the top of the list for boat dealers across Onslow County and beyond. In an ad in yesterday's Daily News, Tideline said that family is important. As a family and veteran-owned business, the Papistrat family said they consider their customers to be part of their own family. That's cool. Tideline sells a lot of top-of-the-line maritime products, including Mercury outboards, Aloha pontoon boats, Lund fishing boats, Magic-Tilled and Easy Loader boat trailers, Minn Kota trolling motors, power poles, and so much more. Right now at Tideline, you can save $5,000. That's $5,000 on any Aloha pontoon boats in stock. Take 10% off the price of any boat trailer or Mercury outboard in stock as well. These are deals that will not likely be repeated anytime soon. Tideline Marine, your number 1 boat dealer, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Winds today, northeasterly, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4, 2 feet near shore. Dominant period 8 seconds, sounds and rivers of top. Northeasterly winds tomorrow, 10 to 15, seas 2 to 4 again. Dominant period 9 seconds, sounds and rivers of moderate chop. I don't think I'm going to talk about Sunday.
Yeah.
Storm watch in effect from Sunday afternoon through late Sunday night. Southeasterly winds 25 to 35 knots with gusts of 45. 45 knots, seas 8 to 13 feet in the morning, building to 13 to 18 feet in the afternoon. 13 to 18 feet.
I don't even want to think about it right there.
Yeah, they were talking like 50-foot waves out there yesterday, and I was like, whoa.
Yep. Near shore seas 5 to 8 feet. Surfing day. Building to 8 to 11 in the afternoon. That's a drown for surfers out there pulling like that. Y'all ain't used to it. So sounds and rivers will be very rough.
Yep. Today it'll be sunny, high of 58. And believe it or not, we're going to have fairly calm winds. The calm before the storm, apparently. Tonight, clear, cold, low of 29. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 62. That's awesome. But then tomorrow night, mostly cloudy. The clouds roll in. The low will be 49. And there's about a 40% chance of rain tomorrow night. But then Sunday, rain, it literally says rain. Heavy at times. between 1 to 2 inches. Gusty, they said breezy 17 to 22 miles an hour, but that to me, that's just windy.
That's blustery.
And the gusts are as high as 36 miles an hour. Then on Sunday night, rain, very heavy, another 2 inches. So we're looking at right around 4 inches of rain. And then on Monday, mostly sunny, high of 60, but the temperature drops Monday night, and because Tuesday the high is only 46, but it's going to be sunny, but just like sunny
Just
and cold.
be so very glad it's
Yeah.
not cold Sunday.
Yeah, because that would be really, really, really miserable.
Yes, because that's usually how we get our snows is
Yeah.
with the
Oh,
nor'easter.
don't even think about that.
Yes.
Okay, Supreme Court's done something, can be a problem.
Hmm.
It's allowed an Illinois law banning high-powered semi-automatic weapons to remain in place.
Okay.
Okay, what? Say that again.
The Supreme Court has allowed an Illinois law that bans high-powered semi-automatic weapons to remain in place.
So, okay.
In the Thursday order, with no noted dissents or explanation of its decision, the Supreme Court denied a request from the National Association for Gun Rights, which asked for a preliminary injunction. The ban, signed by the Democratic governor, J.B. Pritzker, back in January, includes penalties for any individual who carries or possesses, manufactures, sells, delivers, imports, or purchases any assault weapon or a .50 caliber rifle.
Interesting.
That opens the door to those who currently own any such high-powered semi-automatics. What is not clear is what determines what is a high-powered weapon. An AR-15 chambered for the 5.56, the military round, or the .223 civilian cartridge, basically a souped-up .22 caliber rifle.
That's right.
Deer hunters don't consider the .223 round to be high caliber. They don't use them for deer hunting very often.
Right.
What about the semi-automatic 44 Magnum handguns out there?
There you go.
Are they banned? They're semi-automatic, and that is a big bore gun.
And yes, it is.
Right.
The semi-automatic 50 caliber handguns.
Hmm. I have a 45 semi-automatic
I've got several.
and a 9mm. Yeah.
I've got several.
Semi-automatic.
But is that high caliber? High-powered semi-automatic weapons. Even possessing one. What happens if they go around and collect all these things? Because possessing them is illegal under the current Illinois law.
Who has one?
Well, isn't it your constitutional right to bear arms? How can they go against the Constitution?
Well, the Supreme Court needs to rule on that one. And they
Yes.
need to rule on it fast. But Supreme Court, it should be first heard in local level courts. And that's where their suit is now filed against the state. But somebody wanted to circumvent those courts and go straight to the Supreme Court. I agree that an injunction, the Supreme Court should have considered an injunction right up front. Don't enforce this law until it's heard
Right.
by the
I-
court,
I agree
and then
with that,
then
yes.
it will be appealed to federal courts, and then eventually the Supreme
Well, see,
Court.
there's where your big problem is. The U.S. Supreme Court, a lot of times they'll say, well, it should be decided on a state level.
Yes.
And then the state argues it and either wins or loses. And then somebody sues over that and ends up taking to the U.S. Supreme Court. I mean, why can't the U.S. Supreme Court make a decision and go, look, this is the way it is?
Well,
Be done with it.
they're going to rule not on the law right now because it's a local law. It's a state law. The state will have to rule on it
Right. I understand
First.
that. But
in court. You don't want to take away the state's rights to try their own cases. I mean, what are we going to do? Try traffic offense
that's
cases?
true. But you're talking about something, you're talking about an amendment of the Constitution.
It is.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
right
that.
now.
I don't know that it's been challenged as being an amendment.
Well, Second Amendment.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't know whether they.
Right.
I don't know how they're challenging it.
So we spend so much time in our courts with foolishness.
Yes, we do.
Foolishness.
Illinois, get rid of their governor.
Did we talk about, I can't remember if we talked about the Republican chair, state chair of the Florida Republican Party?
Going what?
I think we talked about it off air. Him and his wife, and she is the co-founder for Moms for Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, her husband, who is the GOP chair of Florida, has been accused of sexual assault on this woman that both him and his wife were supposed to go meet to have a sexual encounter with. And the wife was going to be late and said, you go ahead and go. And the husband got there. And now the woman that was supposed to be involved with the trio thing is claiming rape. So the Florida Republicans are asking this GOP leader to step down from his post as state chairman. Do you know his answer is? Give me $2 million and I'll step down. What's going on?
That's like
in Florida?
extortion.
Yeah. He said he wants to be paid as much as $2 million before he stepped down amid a sexual assault investigation. And him and his wife, like I told you, his wife is a co-founder of Moms for Liberty, which we have a chapter in Onslow County. And she also sits on the school board. So, the people are asking her to step away from Moms for Liberty too. And her and her husband were always promoting family values. Well, their little extracurricular activities.
Extended family values.
Yeah, on the family side, which is their personal thing, has all gotten out.
Well, yeah. Did they not expect it would?
I'm going to call Michael Watley and ask him if he'll step down and see if he wants $2 million. Which he's a good chairman.
Yeah, what a mess.
Yes. I just said the story gets more bizarre every day.
It is weird. Boston's mayor coming under fire after she sent out invitations for a holiday party intended only for minority city councilors.
Oh.
Michelle Wu, she's first Asian American mayor, recently had her aide, Denise Dos Santos, send out an email for the event. It read, Honorable members, on behalf of Mayor Michelle Wu, I cordially invite you and a guest to the Electeds of Color holiday party. You're going to throw a holiday party for Electeds of Color.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going to work out for you?
I don't understand that.
It's just about eat up with dumb.
Eat up with dumb. Oh my gosh.
15 minutes after the email was sent out, Dos Santos apologized and clarified that the invitation was only meant for minority city councilors. However, she did not apologize for planning a party that excluded white city leaders.
Interesting.
She just apologized for everybody getting the email. But only electeds of color are invited. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. How we doing?
Hello,
Hey,
Mr.
hey, buddy.
How are you?
What's happening? Where's my mascot?
Well, we've got a couple of things we're working. It'll be back. Don't worry. But, it's the Christmas season and we
Which
kind of gotten away.
Which mascot? Oh,
how do you expect Democrats to come on this show if the mascot is gone?
Oh, that mascot.
Oh, we got him here. As soon as Christmas is done, that'll be back. Don't worry.
So I want to talk to you about two commissioners that came on the show yesterday.
Yes.
Oh.
And one of them is sneaking in a third term, and the other one, Paul Buchanan. How many terms does he have?
I don't know, a bunch.
Okay. Didn't we all agree that we only supposed to we should go to term limits to make this country better?
There are term limits in certain categories. I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, we're talking about Robin. You know I love the guy, okay? But he put in 8 years. Now he's going for 12 years. 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did we say that 2 terms would be just fine? If you can get something done in 2 terms, that's beautiful. If not, you move on. Let new people come in here. Now, I remember him saying yesterday that he's got unfinished business. Well, after he puts in 12 years, he's still going to have unfinished business. And Buchanan, Lee, I heard you say he's a fine man. He's smart. Yeah, if he puts another term, it's going to even make him smarter. But that's not the point. The point is they're supposed to put 2 terms so we can get some new people there and then not make it a career. Yes or no?
Okay, let me go ahead and state for the record, Robert is not making a career. If he gets reelected this term, this is it. Bottom line.
Okay, Kelly, I know that, baby, but we're talking about 12 years now. From 8, they went to 12, and then you saw the former president that if you want power, you saw the old sheriff. It was going on 6 terms. He even decided to change his party in order to win another term. When some of these people get into these positions, they get so power hungry, it's hard to get them out. But why can't we just have a 2 terms just like the president? You put 8 years. You can't get anything done in 8 years. Of course you're going to go out with unfinished business. Somebody else is going to take the ball and run with it. But I just thought we talked about it. 2 terms, 8 years is fine. He's going on 3rd term. The other guy's going, I don't know, a bunch of 4 or 5 terms. We're talking about 20 years. He's the commissioner. What, 5 terms is 20 years. I don't know. I just thought that we're going to change around and make this country better, democracy and all that stuff. Okay, I know they're fine people.
Well, when are you going to run?
I'm not going to run.
You keep
because,
talking about change. When are you going to run?
You know, I just can't run. I'm too old for that.
There's no age limit. Look at Biden. He's running, and he's what, 80,000 years old?
Guy. Hey, Rayford,
Yes.
accusations all the time. You're fishing with accusations.
Which
You got
accusations?
Accusations with Biden.
What accusations?
Yeah, you know what accusations. Shell companies you're talking about and all that.
Oh, I haven't talked about it today, but are you talking about Junior or
I think
Hunter
he's talking
or
about Junior.
Joe?
I'm not talking about Junior. I'm talking about Junior might have his problems. The guy went through some bad times when his brother passed away. He was on drugs and everything. We understand that. He had problems.
He was on drugs before his
We're
brother
talking
passed
about
away.
The other guy, the main course.
Father.
The dad,
Yeah.
The father.
the big guy.
Yeah. And listen, I have one question to ask Dr. Rose, okay? Can you write it down, Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay, so the lady over in Texas, Kate Cox, who had to leave Texas to end a non-viable pregnancy.
Correct.
I want to ask her, the doctors, why aren't they fighting more? And Murphy, too, Greg Murphy, if he calls, say, why aren't the doctors fighting for this? The lady had to get up and go to another state, okay, to get an abortion. Why is that happening all over the country?
Because in Texas, the doctors were threatened with their licenses.
Yeah.
And no one is going to put their license on the line. They're just not going to do it because that's their livelihood, first of all, and something they worked, especially a doctor. And
I understand that, but these people went to school for medical reasons to help us out when we're in need.
Yes.
And now they're just sitting back because why aren't they all getting together and fight for this?
Because
we're talking about women's health.
I understand. I agree with what you're saying, but you got to understand too, if their license are being threatened and they don't have them, they won't be in the position to help. So that's why, but that's what they said. The attorney general actually threatened them and the hospital. So that's why they're not saying anything. And not that they don't want to.
I think it's a very sad
I
story.
want her opinion on why somebody has to leave the state to go for an abortion.
We will ask her next
That's
week.
the right thing to do.
We'll ask her.
Yeah, I'll ask. I'm writing it down now.
Okay, so now when you start having all these people running for office, I'll be calling and questioning them, okay?
Good. That's fine.
I want you to.
Call while they're on the air there, please. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, while they're in here. Yeah.
Okay.
While on the air, yeah.
All
Of course on the air. Where?
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, have a good weekend.
You too. You're live in local real talk. I know we got a caller on the line, so just hang in there. We got to play this break. We're a little bit late.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer. Make sure you tune in later this morning on Sports Talk at 9 a.m. We'll have Ellie and Arlen Patino, the husband and wife owners of the Jacksonville Ospreys. They'll be talking about the schedule release and the upcoming summer of baseball in Jacksonville on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
If you are rebuilding, remodeling, or doing home improvements for the holidays or the upcoming new year, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridge Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Give the handyman a gift from Williams Hardware, your helpful handy hardware store in Morris City this Christmas. Williams Hardware also cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wellington grill. Williams Hardware thanks you for the opportunity to help you with all your hardware needs and wishes you a safe and happy holiday season. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridge Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday, 7:30 till 6, and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone 252-726-7158 for Williams Hardware.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only carpet protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Modern Exterminating, family owned and operated since 1952, would like to take this opportunity to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and the best in the coming new year. Modern Exterminating considers it a privilege to service those that serve us, from first responders to the brave men and women of our military. Remember, the bug stops here. From our family to your family, Merry Christmas from Modern Exterminating.
Your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, and we're back. And on the line right now, Commissioner Robin Knapp. Hello, Robin. What's up?
Did I miss that email? I didn't get my email from Mayor Wu.
I guess you messed up. She's out of Boston, and you're not on the board there.
No, that's true.
I forgot my last name is Knapp, K-N-A-P-P. Oh, okay, I get it. It's just, yes, no worries.
Okay.
That is the worst crock of crap I ever heard. She is so stupid. It just made me. It's so pathetic. It made me laugh. But anyway,
I was laughing
and
too.
to my buddy Theo, I love you, dog. I mean, I heard you call. You know I love you. I love you to death. But if I recall correctly, we were talking about term limits, which I agreed with him, but I did not agree to his term limits of 8 years. I said 8 to 12. Mm-hmm. So I think I fall within that window there, Theo. And like I said, I love you, man. And as far as the other guys are concerned that want to run for re-election and have more than 8 or 12 years, that's on them. That's their personal opinion. You know, if they want to continue running and they're physically capable of running and they think they can add to the county, so be it. Let them do it. Me personally, as my wife just stated, if I'm fortunate enough to get reelected this term, that will be the last term. I will not be pursuing another term after that because I don't want to be divorced. So so my term limit, to clarify what David said, he's the one that said he agreed to 8 years. President, I said 8 to 12, and if I'm not mistaken, if I do my math right, that's within 12. So
Now,
let me clarify that for you, Theo.
so after 12 years, what else are you going to run for? You'll run for state house?
South.
I'm going to run for the county line. That's exactly what I'm going to do. No, I mean, look, I don't have any aspirations to go up to that zoo up in Raleigh. I'm getting to the age where I think 12 years will be enough to be able to finish some of the things I really want to finish. And leave the county in good hands for some new people to come in and do what they want to do. You know, mental health is a big issue right now that I'm pushing. And, you know, we got to take care of our employees as well. You know, we're pushing for I know Paul and I are pushing for a code increase for the county employees, to include the Sheriff's Department, DSS, everybody, because people don't realize how hard our county employees work. And I personally, I frankly feel that they're underpaid. They're not getting paid with what they're worth compared to the average citizen or average other organization throughout the country. And I think they deserve our attention. And I know Paul and I are, of course, we're law enforcement, but we're all pro-county employees, because without the county employees, we wouldn't be able to do our job, and we wouldn't be in the great shape that we're in right now.
Right.
And so we need to take care of them. Most definitely need to take care of them.
All right.
And I think we got good people in place right now in certain positions, and so I'm looking forward to the next 4 years and see what we can do. And last thing I want to say, Theo, I know you're listening. I'll say it again. I love you, man. And you owe me dinner. That's all I got to say. You owe me dinner.
Okay. Let's take a break. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. It's a classic station. We'll be right back.
Casey Kasem has unlocked the American Top 40 vaults and is replaying original shows from the 70s. This week, Casey takes you back to December 12th, 1970. That's when Tony Orlando and Dawn knocked 3 times. James Taylor saw Fire and Rain. The Guess Who told us to share the land. And Chicago asked, does anybody really know what time it is? You'll hear those songs and all the top 40 hits from December 12th, 1970, right here on American Top 40, the 70s.
Check out Casey Saturday mornings 8 to 11 on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Mixmasters Concrete of Viewville takes this opportunity to thank you for allowing them to continue to be a part of the growth and development of our area, and to wish you and yours a safe and happy holiday season. If you need ready-mix concrete for residential, commercial, or agricultural purposes, call Mixmasters Concrete today at 910-298-6153. They deliver on Saturdays and will connect you with a professional concrete finisher such as KPT Masonry of Viewville. From driveways, patios, to livestock housing, nobody does concrete harder or quicker than Mixmasters Concrete of Viewville. Mixmasters Concrete, wishing you the best for the holidays and the coming new year.
Barker Electrical Corporation, located at 3163 New Bern Highway, Jacksonville, takes this time to say thank you for your past patronage and wishes you and yours a safe and happy holiday season. Barker Electrical Technology Corporation has proudly been serving the electrical needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2002, specializing in residential, commercial, and heavy industrial work. Barker Electrical Technology can handle repairs for existing homes, hot tubs, swimming pools, pool houses, control systems, and exterior structures. Fully licensed and bonded, Barker Electrical Technology is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Phone 910-358-2187. Online at barker-electrical.com. Coastal Bank and Trust, voted best of the best bank for 6 years in a row, would like to take this opportunity to wish you the very best this holiday season and to thank you for allowing us the privilege of taking care of all your banking needs this past year. With locations in Jacksonville, Holly Ridge, Richlands, and Morehead City, Coastal Bank and Trust looks forward to serving your banking needs in the coming year. Happy holidays from Coastal Bank and Trust, FDIC insured and an equal housing lender.
Pizza Village, 811 Main Street in Beulaville takes this time to say thank you for your past patronage and invites you to take a break from the busy holiday shopping season and dine with them. There's no doubt about it. The best pizza in Duplin County is a Pizza Village, along with their spaghetti and salad bar. Pizza Village serves true Italian cuisine in a down-home country atmosphere. Pizza Village is open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and Sundays from 4:30 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. Pizza Village does have a room for your holiday event, locally owned and operated for over 30 years. Once again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Pizza Village, 811 Main Street in Beulaville.
I had a question about my insurance the other day, so I called my new State Farm agent. And would you believe I talked to the same person who remembered my name? They said that was called service. And then they asked if my dog Max was over his cold. They called that service too. And then they helped me find ways to save on my home and auto coverage. I asked State Farm what they called that. They said service.
Call David Hall, State Farm, 910-455-0440, 1218 Country Club Road, Jacksonville.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we got a story here that's kind of confusing, but anyway, apparently a plane left. It would have been a American
It was
plane
American Airlines.
that left Albert J. Ellis yesterday in Jacksonville and flew to.
We're not sure where it was headed. They haven't said.
It was going to Charlotte.
It has to go to Charlotte. Pretty much,
All right.
most of them do.
It departed at 2:41 and returned at 3:47.
Yeah. Okay. So it had a round trip. And so it flew there and it developed some kind of a problem with the landing gear. They weren't sure whether the landing gear was down or whether it was down or not. They didn't know. So they were diverted to come back to Onslow County, to Jacksonville.
Correct.
And land here. And they had a bunch of
Multiple counties.
counties worth of fire departments
Yes.
were on standby.
The Emergency Operations Center in Onslow County coordinated it.
Yeah. So they
So
got all of that sort of good stuff happening. So
that
that's
also
good.
leads me to believe they were flying to dump fuel because it doesn't take that long to get to Charlotte.
No, it's 30 minutes to get to Charlotte.
Yeah, but they
And
landed an hour after they took off.
That's 30 minutes back.
Right. Okay.
So it was an hour
Well,
round
here's
trip.
my problem with that. If the landing gear was an issue and they were already on approach to Charlotte, why couldn't they just land at Charlotte?
Don't know.
Why did they have to come all the way back?
I
That's
don't
my
know.
question.
Don't know.
They were there.
Give them time to get some airport, any airport, they could get some time to get the fire people on the ground. Plenty of units.
And that
If
makes
they were
sense, I
just going to
guess.
come in
Yeah.
straight into Charlotte
Yeah.
with a full load of fuel,
Mhm.
minus 30 minutes worth,
Yeah.
then that could have been a problem.
Like to know. That's
Yep.
interesting.
So anyway,
And I got two quick things. One, so apparently, and this is just a real quick thing, I have been accused of deleting a post on our show page, and I did not delete anything.
Yeah.
When I leave this office, this studio every morning, I go straight to work. I'm not on the show page, nor did I delete things. Now, the person accused me, apparently they made some kind of disparaging comment about Robin. And I guess they automatically assumed, I'm not going to delete anything. You post what you want to post. But if it was deemed offensive, Facebook will delete stuff automatically.
and so will I.
So don't accuse me when you don't know just because you think I did something. I don't delete. I'm all for everybody posting what they want to say. Even if I have an opinion about it, may voice my opinion, but I'm not going to delete a comment. And I don't have time. But Facebook will delete stuff that it deems quote offensive.
And so will the owner of that page.
Mm-hmm. So
that
there's
would be
that.
me.
Because I made a comment on a friend's page the other day about it was like a kid who needed their butt beat, basically. You know what I mean? Like they had done something negative. And I wrote on there, that child needs her tail kicked or something. And Facebook took it off and said it was offensive or something. I was like, oh my Lord. I was just,
we're going to do a
thing.
Fox News break.
Yeah.
We're going to come back after Fox News because we're going to be killing some time here. Not wasting time. We're going to be killing a little bit of time. While they get the studio ready to go,
time.
the computer there is
right.
doing something. So we're going to take a quick break for Fox News, and we'll be right back. So we will have a little bit more until they tell us that they got everything squared away. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
DJ Papa. Prince Harry wins his phone hacking lawsuit today against the publisher of the Daily Mirror. The Duke of Sussex is awarded over $180,000. His lawyer, David Shearborn.
This case is not just about hacking. It is about a systemic practice of unlawful and appalling behavior.
A message from President Biden delivered to Israel's leaders through National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan in Tel Aviv. Lower the intensity of the military campaign in Gaza against Hamas. Sullivan will also meet with the Palestinian president to discuss what happens to Gaza after the war. General Motors laying off about 1,300 workers at 2 facilities in Michigan related to GM delayed production of 2 all-electric pickup trucks and GM ending production of the Camaro muscle car. Employers will be offered work at other GM plants. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 and 1120 AM WSME. Camp Lejeune, Jacksonville, and worldwide at WSME971.com.
You are listening to Sports Talk with Chris Rayner on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to
All right, Sports Talk going to be on right now, so just hang in there for a couple of minutes. And they'll be here joining us on the air here in just a few minutes, and we're staying tuned and listening to make sure everything is okay. Rayford Brown and Kelly and Lee are still with you for a couple more minutes. You got anything else there?
I do. You know how much I love Sheriff Grady Judd down in Florida at Polk County. This man is like, I wish this man would run for president. But anyway, so there were these 2 criminals. This story has made a lot of news, and I think it's just absolutely hilarious. This past Wednesday, a 14-year-old, now notice I said 14-year-old Rayford, and a 24-year-old were arrested at 1 a.m. for the deputies arrested the 14-year-old. They followed a stolen 2000 Nissan pickup truck. And the teen was taken into custody. And the teen faces charges of grand theft auto, driving without a license, criminal mischief, and fleeing to elude law enforcement. Now, I'm going to go back to him in a minute, okay, because there's more on that kid. So shortly after, there was another stolen vehicle, a 2022 Dodge Ram, at a Circle K. The driver, his name is 24-year-old Tamari Lucas, and a passenger attempted to flee on foot. The passenger got away, but Lucas was caught, and he was charged with grand theft auto and resisting arrest without force. And the deputies are saying the 2 suspects were using the stolen cars to commit multiple burglaries in Tambo and Pasco County. We're talking about the 14-year-old and the 24-year-old, okay?
Uh-huh.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. So during his arrest, Mr. Lucas tells the deputies, I'm not going to be in jail long because this is Osceola County. And they said, oh, no, we're in Polk County. The guy instantly got upset, started swearing, said, "Oh my God, not Grady Judd." I can't report what he said because he said, "Are you blanking serious? This really sucks because you guys don't play in Polk County." And the guy just instantly got incredibly upset. So Grady Judd was very happy that he now knows that criminals don't want to commit crimes, although some are still stupid enough to do it. But then Grady Judd did a news conference, and he had some good questions. Why is a 14-year-old out at 1 a.m. stealing cars and committing burglaries?
Where's mama?
He said, where are the adults in his life? He said, and sadly, we will absolutely hold these two accountable. We're not going to tolerate this nonsense. And so then Grady Judd said, I got a message for people. Lock your stuff up. That's a free gift from Santa Grady. He said, lock your stuff up and you get to keep it. Otherwise, a Christmas Grinch will take it and give it to their kids. Now, this is where what's interesting. Mr. Lucas, who I said is 24, you heard me say 24 years old. He has 30 previous felony charges, 12 misdemeanors, and 19 re-arrest charges. Now, he's 24. Now, the 14-year-old has 4 previous arrests.
Oh, my Lord.
And this is a reason I'm even just highlighting this. This is what is one of the things that we all complain about our legal system. How are you going to be 24 with 30 felonies? How does that even happen?
Well, you can get multiple felonies for one arrest.
Yeah. So anyway, I just had to say that.
I just want to real quick. Sports Talk is following us next. They'll be on in just a few minutes, and their special guests today are Ellie and Arlen Patino, owners of the Jacksonville Ospreys. Going to kind of get you up to date on their scheduling. They're selling tickets now, merchandise. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Got something here for you. The parents of a young female athletes have spoken out after a 50-year-old transgender swimmer competed in women's events and they shared a locker room with children during a meet in Canada this month.
Oh, that's wrong.
Several parents spoke to the Toronto Sun following the 2023 Trojan Cup in Barrie, Ontario on December 1st through the 3rd over concerns that Melody Weishart, a transgender swimmer, competed in events with teenage girls and shared a locker room with their children.
What in the world? There could have been like a family bathroom they could have put that person in. I mean, there's a lot.
Besides the fact that's adult age versus children, minors.
I agree with that. Wait, they're competing against adults competing against kids?
Yeah.
Well, how fair is that? I don't care what gender they are.
It's ridiculous.
What is happening right now?
And that's in Canada. My God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, whatever's happening. I don't know. Don't get it. Let's see if we got.
Well, in the Irish dancing world, a competition in, I believe it was Texas, somewhere here in the United States, was held last week. I think it's Texas. And a 14-year-old transgender youth was in a girls' competition, won a boy dressed like a girl because he identifies as a girl. And the parents are upset. Because this goes to nationals, which ends up going to worlds. And it has created its own internet. There's a big old story about it. That's what I thought while we were sitting here earlier. And when I always read the comments. And what I find interesting is one of the comments, somebody brought up a good point. Why don't in the sports world just have a transgender category? You have male, female, and then transgender. He said, this individual said,
that's what it should be.
Yeah, just let the transgenders compete against themselves. In you have men's category, you have women's, and then you have transgender. Sounds logical to me.
The way it should be done.
So that's the problem. It's logical.
I guess. Yeah. Yep. True.
Logic. There is no logic these days.
No.
Today's the last day of filing. You have to 12 noon.
Yeah, till noon, but I would get there by 11 if I was going to file.
Because if there's anybody standing in line, you could just be, not going to make it.
There's no way you can fill that paperwork out in 5 minutes if you get there right before. There's no way.
Well, if you need paperwork to fill out, you can go to North Carolina Board of Elections to Campaign Finance, and they have all the forms right there. So you can download those, fill them out, and walk in the door with them.
Yep. Might be the smart way to do it, and you should have done it yesterday or the day before or the day before.
Or last week.
or on the first day of
Yeah,
filing 2 weeks ago.
whatever. It's going to be interesting. 12 noon. So hopefully the state will have everything up on the website
Yeah,
later
well,
today.
yeah,
We'll take a
we'll-
look.
Yeah, you can post it later on today. and
Yes.
We'll talk about it on Monday as well.
Yes.
Well, y'all talk about it on Monday. I ain't going to be here.
No. That's all right. We have the majority whip of the North Carolina House calling in Monday about 8:05, John Hardister.
Okay.
And then we have some other guests that just waiting to hear from them.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
let's see. We got.
I know
Yeah,
I
we
have to
still
go
have-
soon. They need to hurry up because I have.
Well, you can
Well,
go.
you-
You need
Okay,
to go.
I'm gonna have to go. I have to go take my medicine. I forgot to take this
Go
morning.
take your
and I'm-
medicine.
I'm really struggling to see at this point. So.
All right. Well, we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah. Well, you won't, but Lee will.
Well,
Yeah.
I might be watching you.
We'll
You
be
never can
here.
tell.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you'll be watching and listening, monitoring.
Oh yeah.
We're going to talk bad.
wrong.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right. Let's see. We're still stalling here,
Y'all are stalling.
Mm-hmm.
and again, we have apparently several of our advertisers on here who were voted number one
Yes, I'm going to get that list
by
today.
the
I'm going to find it.
in the best of
Mhm.
2023 for the Daily News. Local businesses.
I know some people at the Daily
some
News.
other
Give them a
stuff.
call and say, where can I get that paper?
Yeah, well, you can get it, I'm sure, at any newsstand.
But was it in which paper?
Today's, yesterday's, whatever.
See,
The most recent,
the most
I
recent.
guess. It's got an insert in it with everybody who's
But
listed.
what if I go buy the paper and it's not the paper?
Take it back, get
that-
a refund. That's what everybody does.
Yeah, can I have a refund? It's the wrong day. I'll find out. I'll find out. We have some friends there at Jacksonville Daily News, and they'll help us.
Okay.
So we'll get that list, and we'll talk about it Monday.
All right. And coming up on Sports Talk, when we get to it in a few minutes, when Chris gets they get everything squared away
Right.
there, get the computer back working.
Mm-hmm.
Then
It
we'll
happens.
just go from there. Yep, it does.
All right, look at when we went to go do our remote, and the tower was down because Jacksonville had no power.
Yeah.
in that area.
That whole
so
area
it happens.
was without power. And that
Oh, and
just-
I meant to ask
it wasn't
Roy
the only
something
radio
to
station
call
was
him
off the
back.
air, by the way.
Yes.
A bunch of them that operate out of the same facility were
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, it was all that one area.
Yep.
So, and anyway, remember that the Christmas light show that was rescheduled for this Sunday
Mhm.
due to inclement weather has been completely canceled now. Parks
yeah.
and Recreation
But the
because
lighting-
of the impending storm. Tree lighting is tonight.
Yep.
Absolutely tonight
Tonight or tomorrow?
at the
Tonight.
parks tonight.
Yes. Friday.
Friday night.
All right,
So
that's good.
I'm glad we have our own tree. It's a 40-foot tree out there that they're doing every year.
Yeah.
Like we used to go to Wilmington to look at the big Christmas
Oh,
tree
yeah.
there.
Yeah. I went to that one
Loved
many
it.
times because the
Yes.
TV station, we covered it live.
Yes. You know, I was just looking at my memories on Facebook popped up, and this is a memory from a year ago. I know people can't see it, but it's a huge storm system that was coming into our area a year ago.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, how does that parallel with what's getting ready to come in now?
A
That's
repeat.
crazy. So mark that down, December 15th. Be looking for your bad weather.
Yep,
2 years in a row.
And it's I saw somebody in the computer there for a minute, so we're just waiting for the word.
Yeah, we got the word in just a minute here, and then we're going to turn it over to Chris Reiner with Sports Talk. And he has some great guests today. I'm
Yes.
excited. They have put out, the Jacksonville Ospreys have put out their schedule for
Mhm.
next year. You can also buy season passes.
Yep, be a great thing to have for Christmas.
Yes,
All
and
for
they got
Christmas
some
gifts.
great merch on sale right now for Christmas, some t-shirts and other things. And I was looking at it and I was like trying to decide which t-shirt I wanted, but I got to go
They
back
got
in there.
different ones.
Yeah, I mean different colors, different
Uh-huh.
styles, different stuff. But yeah, they got some great merch coming out for the Jacksonville Ospreys.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll
And
be a fun year.
We need to support our team.
We
need-
certainly do.
You know, this is probably the most exciting as far as sports because back in the day, and Chris Miller's going to talk about it next week when he calls the Jacksonville Raiders football team that has gone defunct after all the years.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's going to talk about that when he calls in next week. But so excited to have our own baseball team in
Yeah,
Jacksonville.
yeah, and we've had them on here before.
Yes,
so
we have.
we'll be talking to them again, and they need to get a schedule with us.
Yes, we're going to talk about that right after the first of the year.
Okay, very
We're
good.
going to sit down and have a long talk about everything and see what we can do, they can do, and work it out.
Yeah.
Good people, though. Very good people.
And if everything works out, I'm going to have a special gift for them from this show.
Yes.
Won't tell you what it is.
No, I know what it is.
I know you do. But,
I'm never eligible for that stuff. It's just so wrong.
It's pretty cool. It's a real nice deal. It's going to be for the first Osprey to hit a home run.
Right.
In Jacksonville, not an away game. Hit a
That'll
home
be
run.
so
the first
cool.
run in the stadium
Mhm.
in Jacksonville. First
That'll
home
be
run.
really cool.
First home run.
It's really nice.
So
A lot of sponsors have gone into the Jacksonville Ospreys, really supporting our new baseball team. So
wonder if we need to take a break. So we're getting on in some time here. I don't know what their exact break structure is.
I would imagine it would probably be right in line with ours.
Pretty close.
Yeah, but let me see. Hollywood is ready, so we're going to turn it over to Hollywood.
Okay, ready?
I just got the message from Sports Talk Chris Rayner.
Okay, very good. Good.
So we're going to say goodbye.
All right, Hollywood, you've got it. I'm Rayford, you're Lee, and we will see you Monday morning.
Freedom 97.1 and 1120 AM WSME, Camp Lejeune, Jacksonville, and worldwide at WSME971.com.
You are listening to